Hi, my name is Nate Scott. I'm the author of Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth, a principle-centered, biblically based leadership program focused on personal growth and entrepreneurship, specifically addressing the fact that 77 million baby boomers are retiring based on a cash flow danger. That 66 out of 100 people age 65 earn less than $30,000 retirement. That 47% of people say if they had a $400 emergency, they would have to sell something or borrow money to address it. And 68% of people are living paycheck to paycheck. It's about how to think versus what to think. The chapters include Leadership is the Answer, The Cash Flow Danger, It Happened to Me, Becoming an Entrepreneur, Choosing the Right Entity, Raising Capital, Asset Protection, Protecting your financial privacy, Reducing your taxes, Retirement Planning, Residual income retirement planning, Estate planning, and Life is Rich. Today, I'm going to share with you the two tax systems in our country. Now, some of you may be thinking there's one tax system that was created for the rich and one that was created for the poor. Well, that's not the way it works. There's a tax system that was created for the employee, and then there's a tax system that was created for business owners. First, I want to share with you the tax system that was created for business owners. That tax system was created to provide wealth for you, and here's why. Business owners get more opportunities for tax deductions, and these deductions allow them to keep more of their money so that they can reinvest it and grow their business. So basically, it creates cash that you never have to pay back again by being a business owner. The reason why is because Congress and the IRS benefit from us being successful as business owners. So as we continue to generate more economy, we're continuing to spend money on our business. The hopes is that we will create the jobs, which will in turn create employees, which is the second tax system. You see, someone has to pay taxes, and what happens is it trickles down to the employees. I want you to understand this. Small businesses create over 70% of the job growth in the United States. It's not Apple. It's not Amazon. Small to medium-sized business owners are creating these jobs, and we get massive tax advantages in order to do so. It's very simple to understand why Congress allows it. It is because we're constantly creating those jobs. Apple didn't start off having 50,000 employees. They started off in their garage. Amazon started off in their garage, and they built up a business. And so if they had not gotten the massive tax advantages that you're allowed to have by being a business owner, there would be no point in being a business owner because we would end up paying all of our money for cost of goods sold, payroll, and then it all goes to taxes. So the second tax system was created to take your wealth away because someone has to pay taxes. Business owners create the economy, create jobs, and then they hire W-2 employees. And employees pay the biggest lion's share of the taxes. At some point, you need to understand that you should be doing everything in your power to keep more of your tax dollars as a business owner. To be clear, I'm not telling you to quit your job. What I'm saying is, as a W-2 employee, you don't get the advantages of being a business owner. You have something called living expenses, which are things like cell phone, internet, products, vehicles, meals, medical bills, medical insurance, charitable contributions, mortgage interest. You have all these things that you are currently spending money on, but when you're just an employee, you can't take advantages of those expenses. When you become a W-2 employee with a home-based business or a W-2 employee with a business, or you decide to step out and take a leap of faith and just become a business owner, it's the same thing. Same tax code, same tax laws apply. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm saying that with a home-based business, you enter into the second tax system. You can now take advantage of these living expenses and they get redirected into something called business expenses. Business expenses are 100% tax deductible against any of your income, whether that be your W-2 income, business income, interest income, or rental property income. It can be taken against any of that income. So the goal is to build your business up, and along the way, you get access to these deductions that are going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars over time. So here's why I feel obligated to share this information with you. The average household in America makes $60,000 a year. So a family of four earning $60,000 a year is going to pay taxes on average of $14,000. When you add up FICA, federal, and state taxes after that, what's left over is called take-home pay. And the take-home pay is $46,000. From there, there's a cost of living. So everyone who lives in America, there's a cost of living that you have to pay for your rent, your utilities or mortgage, and your expenses such as rent or light bill. But the average cost of living in America is $53,000 a year. And if you live in a bigger city like Atlanta, it's $73,000 a year. So what happens is that the average house on America, the average household, when you take 46,000 take home from 53,000, you're left over with nothing. You're actually going in debt, 7,000 a year to work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year to take 2 weeks paid vacation. And that's why we have such massive student loan debt and massive credit card debt. Taxes are keeping your pockets empty, and you may not even be conscious of it. In fact, do you know how much you're currently paying in taxes? Well, most people don't. But here's how you can get an idea. Think about your household budget. What are your biggest expenses when you sit down at your kitchen table to pay your bills every month? For most people, the biggest expenses are their housing costs, food, transportation, and healthcare. Each one of those is a large expense. And when you add them together, it makes up the vast majority of most people's budget. But guess what? Taxes are costing you more than your housing, plus your food, plus transportation, plus your healthcare. All combined, taxes are costing you a fortune. In fact, by far the biggest expense for your household is actually taxes. That's why your pockets may always seem to be empty. The good news is that you can do something about that, though. The biggest of all tax breaks in America belongs to those of us who run a home-based business. Why is that? Because the more home-based businesses in America, the more stable our economy. So to encourage the growth of home-based businesses, Congress has approved some huge tax deductions specifically and only for home-based business owners. How much can you save in taxes? Well, for the average employed American taxpayer, home-based business tax deductions alone, in most cases, can slash your taxes by 30%, 40%, or even 50%. Yes, home business tax deductions alone can sometimes slash your total income tax bill in half. Congress made it easy to qualify for these tax breaks. Congress said any taxpayer who runs a legitimate home-based business, either on a part-time or full-time basis, needs to meet only 2 requirements. The first requirement is to run your business on a regular and consistent basis. As little as 3 to 4 hours a week will qualify you. The second requirement is even easier. You must have an intent to make a profit. You don't even have to make a profit in order to qualify for the tax breaks. So you just do those 2 things. And what happens when you meet those 2 requirements? Just about any average taxpayer can qualify to put $4,000 to $7,000 extra cash in their pocket per year beginning this year. And where does that money come from? It comes in the form of new additional tax refunds. And the best news is you do not have to wait till April 15th to collect those new additional refunds. You can collect a portion of that new additional refund every month beginning this month. And the average increase in take-home pay is about $300 to $500 a month just in tax savings. That's $300 to $500 extra cash in your pocket every single month, but only if you have a home-based business. Every taxpayer without a home-based business loses out on all these additional tax deductions, period. And that's the money just in tax savings alone. That's $300 to $500 a month, does not even count the money you'll be making in the home-based business itself. That's an additional income. In fact, $300 to $500 in new money each month is more than enough to pay for all the costs of running your home-based business. So what does that mean? It means that the money you earn in the home-based business itself is all pure profit. How's that? Because Uncle Sam will have already paid for your business operating costs for you. Until now, nobody's ever told you specifics about the huge tax breaks available only to home-based business owners. Until now, that hidden information has been costing you at least $4,000 per year every year in overpaid taxes. In fact, right now, not knowing about the home business tax breaks or not having a home-based business at all is costing you at least $5,000 this year. It's costing you at least $500 this month. It's costing you over $100 this week, and it's already costing you an extra $20 today. When you partner with us, I promise to share the tax strategy course, which will show you exactly what new tax breaks you can qualify for, exactly how to qualify for each one of them, exactly how to collect part of your refunds every month, and exactly how to keep bulletproof records in less than 2 minutes a day. That's our promise to you. So our guarantee is that you will learn all of that and learn it quickly and learn it from my tax strategist when you choose to partner with us. Now you know the secret to getting Uncle Sam to actually pay you to run your own home-based business. Home-based business tax deductions do not apply to anyone without a home-based business. So it's my job in order to educate you and help you understand that just by doing something called daily business building activities, having a home-based business, and spending 3 to 5 days a week, 45 minutes a day, building a business for yourself, you have access to write off business expenses like your cell phone, your meals, your mileage, your internet, business use of your home, and you can hire your kids. All of these deductions are now in place for you to take advantage of. I'm going to share that information with you along the way and teach you what those deductions are and what you can take. So my recommendation is that you find a product or service that you're passionate about, open your mouth and share that with people from your heart so that you can take advantage of $4,000 a year in tax savings by being in the second tax system that was created to provide you wealth. That is the business owner tax system. So the next step is to launch your own home-based business. Now, one of the most common questions I get is, Nate, can you help me create a home-based business? The answer is yes. Our company is Life is Rich Global LLC. We are a B2B company that delivers value through customer acquisition and leader development. We refer each client to our B2B partner to become a preferred member, and we help them establish a B2B online wellness home-based business. We provide sales and leadership coaching services to entrepreneurs to help them reach their spiritual, mental, emotional, relational, physical, and financial goals. Number 2, we educate people about the tax advantages of having a home-based business, empower them to become home-based business owners, and equip these new entrepreneurs to build a profitable home-based business. And number 3, we acquire customers for a direct-to-consumer U.S. manufacturer of 400 plus consumer packaged goods. We develop a network of customers who refer other customers, and we leverage our leadership experience to increase the productivity of the network. To learn more, visit www.lifeisrichtoday.com and schedule a one-to-one discovery call. Again, visit www.lifeisrichtoday.com and schedule a one-to-one discovery call. My name is Nate Scott, author of Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. Take care and be blessed.